Okay, surface area of nets. When we're looking at surface area, we need to identify the bases. With a rectangular prism, it's not as obvious, so we'll just assume that this is the base of our three-dimensional rectangular prism, and this is the base. Okay, so total surface area is the area of all of the two-dimensional shapes. The lateral surface area is everything but the bases. So basically we need to find the area of each rectangle. Remember the formula for rectangle is base times height. So we have 8 times 4, which is 32. Well, this is the same dimensions, so we have base times height. 8 times 4 is 32. Okay, then we're going to say that this is also a rectangle. Base times height, 16 times 4. So we have 4 times 6 is 24. Whoops. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So we have 64. And then also we have area equals base times height. 16 times 4 is 64. Okay, and then lastly, the bases. Area equals base times height. We have 16 times 8. 6 times 8 is 48. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12. So we have 128. Alright, so if we want to do the lateral surface area, it's everything but the bases. So it's 64 plus 64 plus 32 plus 32. So we can add up 64, 64, 32, and 32. We have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So the lateral surface area is 192 inches squared. Now we want to combine in the total. So now we're going to add in the two bases. So we have 192, 128, and 128. So we have 16, 17, 18. We have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 448 inches squared. Okay, let's take a look at the cube. The interesting thing about the cube is that all of the sides have the same dimensions. So this is area equals base times height. We have 13 times 13. So we have 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 1 is 1. We add it up, we get 169. Every single box is 169. Okay, now technically the cube and the rectangular prism are not easy to figure out what the bases are unless they are identified for you. So we are going to say this is the base. And this is the base. But technically, the bases are not as easy to identify on cube and rectangular prism. So for lateral surface area, everything but the base. So we're going to say 169 times 4. 4 times 9 is 36. 4 times 6 is 24. Plus 3 is 27. 4 times 1 is 4. Plus 2 is 6. So we have 676 inches squared. To find the total surface area, we can do 169 times 6. So 6 times 9 is going to get me 54. 6 times 6 is 36 plus 5 will get me 41. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 4 is 10. So we have 1,014 inches squared. Alright, let's take a look at the back side. So the name of this shape is called a triangular prism. It is a lot more obvious to tell what the bases are. The triangles are our base. So here's a base, and here's the base. Okay. Alright, so now for the lateral surface area, we can say area equals base times height. 11 times 5 is 55. Well, if this is 11 times 5, this is 11 times 5. So area equals base times height. 11 times 5 is 55. And this one is also the same dimensions. So 11 times 5 is 55. To do the lateral surface area, we're going to say 55 times 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1, which is 165. Okay, now to do the bases. The bases are triangles. Triangles are 1/2 base times height. The base is 5, the height is 7. So we have 1/2 times 5 times 7. Can't simplify the diagonal, so we're just going to have to do 5 times 7 is 35. 35 divided by 2. We can go in there one time. 7 times decimal, decimal, 0. So we have 17.5. So this is 17.5, and this is 17.5. Or what we can do is add those two, which is 35 to 165. So let's do 165 plus 35, because that's just these two triangles added up. We get 10. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we have 200 centimeters squared. Alright, let's take a look at the last one. The shape of the base is the square. And this is a square pyramid. So let's name it first. This is a square pyramid. So we are going to do the lateral surface area, everything but the base. So area equals 1/2 base times height. The base is 6, so 1/2 times 6 times 14. We can simplify the diagonal. So we have 14 times 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So this is 42. This is 42. 42. 42. To do the lateral surface area, we're going to say 42 times 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 4 is 16. So we have 168 centimeters squared. Now we're going to do the base. Base times height. So 6 times 6 is 36. So we have 168 plus 36. 6 plus 8 is 14. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we have 204 centimeters squared.